Hi, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Laurel. In this video, we're going to talk about a special right triangle, one that has angles of 45 degrees, 45 degrees, and 90 degrees. What we have here is a special right triangle. This angle is 90 degrees, this angle is 45 degrees, and this angle is 45 degrees. Because these two angles are equivalent, that means these two sides are equivalent. And what we're going to do is let the length of each of those sides be equivalent to 1. So this is 1, therefore this is 1. We can use our right triangle theorem to find the length of the hypotenuse. We learned in the last video that a squared plus b squared will equal c squared in any right triangle, which is a triangle that has an angle of 90 degrees. So we plug in our numbers. 1 squared plus 1 squared will equal c squared. 1 squared is 1, 1 squared is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. To find what c is equal to, we take the square root of both sides, so c will equal square root of 2. You might see square root of 2 written as a decimal number. Square root of 2 is equal to 1.414, rounded off to 3 decimal places. But what is interesting and useful here is that when we know one of these sides, the other side is equivalent. And the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of any right triangle, it will always be root 2 times longer than these two sides. Or in other words, it will always be 1.414 times longer than either of these sides. Therefore, if we know one side of this special right triangle, we can easily find the other two sides. Let's take a look at some examples. In our first example, we know this length, and we want to find the other two lengths. Well, we know that the two sides that form the right angle will be equal. So if this is 5 meters, then this is also 5 meters. We also know that the hypotenuse will be root 2, or 1.414 times longer than either of those sides. So in order to find the hypotenuse, I take root 2, or you can use the decimal value 1.414, and I multiply by that side of 5, and I get 7.071 meters. I could have also used the right triangle theorem. That would have worked as well. Let's look at this example where I know the hypotenuse. I know that the hypotenuse is root 2 times longer than either of these two sides. So in order to find A or B, so I'll call it A, I simply take that length and I divide by root 2, or I divide by 1.414. 20 divided by root 2 will be 14.14 inches as well. Same unit as that. Now, if that side is 14.14 inches, so is this. So when you're working with a 45, 45, 90 degree triangle, remember that the two sides that form the right angle will be equivalent, and the hypotenuse, which is across from the right angle, will always be root 2, or 1.414 times longer than either of the other two sides.